So what is life all about? What is it that we are living? And what is the purpose of having this human existence? Is it just to be born and then to go to school and study, and as a young man get a job, get married, have a family, raise them, settle them, get them jobs and kick off? Or is there more to life? Billions of people come into this world and just go through that routine and never think about anything more than that, because all we operate is at the level of our physical senses. And as we operate at the level of our physical senses, what we focus into is what we are receiving. And all of that is coming from this physical world. We think that happiness comes here from more wealth. We think happiness comes from name and fame. We think happiness comes from prosperity. But we know the wealth is fleeting. The stock market has ups and downs. The property values go up and down. A calamity can come very easily and wipe us out. We know name and fame are fleeting. One day you hear very good things about someone, and the next day the papers are full of scandals about the same person. Physical health can deteriorate at a moment's notice. Everything connected with the physical body is subject to deterioration and decay. And so when we focus in the physical arena, nothing which is of permanent value sticks in. Most of us think we are the body. And that's why all of our activities are focused in taking care of the physical body. We get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we take a shower, we get dressed up, we keep the body clean. We go to work, we want some money to feed the body. We want to buy some clothes, we want to buy some other gadgets to make us feel more beautiful. We need a roof over our head, so we all work. We spend half the day at work. We come home, we feel we worked very hard, we are stressed out, we want a relaxation. Whether we watch TV or go into sports or be on the computer or whatever we think will relax us, we go into those activities. And the next day, the same routine goes on and on and on. Our life is limited. We're all going to live for a certain amount of years. Could be 50, 60, 80, 100, maybe longer as advances in medicine are coming in. But everyone who's come into this world and the human body one day physically dies. So what happens at the time of death? Where do we go? Where are we coming from? What kind of adventures are we going to have at that time? In Orlando, we come for all kinds of adventures at the physical level. Florida is the home of space travel. Outer space is one of the greatest adventures that a human being can have. Going into space, walking in space, stepping on the moon, which is so far away, must be fantastic. This is why billions of dollars are spent into outer space research. I had a very interesting conversation with one of the astronauts, Edgar Mitchell, on one of my trips here to Florida a few years ago. He was a member of the Apollo 14 program. He was one of the astronauts who walked on the moon. This was in 1971. And as we were talking about the space travels, he made a very interesting comment. He said that as he went up as a scientist. He was very articulate about whatever needed to be done. He was very particular about all the experimentations that needed to be done, the data to be collected, everything that was supposed to be done, he did to make that operation successful, to get information which was needed that could be analyzed, so it would be helpful in one manner or another. And then he said while he was up there, on his way back, he looked at the earth. And when he looked at the earth, he saw like a blue hue come off. And he could see other stars and planets. And he realized that we on earth were not sitting by ourselves, that there was interconnectedness between earth and other planets. And he said a change came into him. And while he went up as a scientist, he came back as a mystic. He started to wonder about life. He started to wonder about what is it that he was doing. He started to wonder about what the purpose of our existence is, started to look at creation from a different point of view. At some time in our lives, things happen when we start to wonder about life, and that maybe is the best time of our lives. As we go with the flow and as we are doing things that everyone else is doing and life is going on, we do things without even thinking why we're doing them. We go to school. Why? We want to enhance our mental capabilities, because everyone says if you're a smart person, you'll get a better job. We work. Why? Because we want to earn the money. That's the pattern of this world. So we fall into the pattern. We never question what we are doing, what the purpose is, because all of our attention is focused on this physical world. But if any one of you has seen someone who's physically died, what difference do you see? The body doesn't shrink all of a sudden. It's not that it's evaporated. It's right there. It's the same size. The arms are there, the legs are there, the eyes are there, the feet are there. But that person can neither get up, neither can they talk, neither can they see, neither can they do anything. Why? Because the power behind that body is gone. It has no strength or no power to do anything. The real self in that human body is gone. And so saints and mystics tell us that while we are in the human body, all the faculties that are required by us to truly know ourselves have been provided by God in this human frame. And we need to make use of them. And as we use those faculties, we go into what is called inner space. Just like we have outer space in the world, and you have rockets to take us to them, they need fuel. We also have inner space that we can venture into. So a divine adventure is one which takes us into the space within. Regions after regions which are more conscious than this physical world exist. To get there, we don't have to go on a rocket and get into outer space. What is needed is to invert our attention, is to focus our attention not on the outside, but on the inside. And as we focus our attention on the inside, we will then be opening ourselves to an adventure like we've never had before. There are vistas after vistas which are more ethereal than this physical world.